How you doing, baby? Happy Sunday. Calm down, ain't nobody here. And today on Coffee or Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. When you get a minute, go to that YouTube channel, Shakenya, and hit subscribe. Look at some of the videos. If you see something you like, share it. You know, I told y'all I was gonna come on Saturday. Now y'all know I normally don't come on Saturdays, but I do. I'm a woman of my word, and yes, I did say that I was gonna come on Saturday. Let me just say that. But somebody had there to be in my DM asking me why I didn't come on, like checking me, like why I didn't come on Saturday. So you know, the first thing I asked them, well, shit, did you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Shakenya? They said yes. Well, did you share? I go to their page. They say yeah, but I go to check because I don't trust you. I don't know you. I go check. Shit, they don't share like the last 10 coffee and conversations from the YouTube channel. So I know that they did subscribe. And not only did they share the coffee and conversation, but they shared my clip from Motor City Radio when I had Willie Will just this past Friday. We had Cineplex Entertainment, Urban Cineplex Entertainment. They are the creators of the Bad Girls 1 and 2. So we had Willie Will in the house. We had Howard Patterson in the house. And we had the lovely and talented Carmen Michelle in the house. One of the actresses that's in the movie. I know I'm doing it big, ain't I? I know. It's a wonder why a lot more people ain't on board with me. What up, D, and sharing it and looking at it. But she shared it, so hey, you know what my response was after that? Well, see, what happened was I didn't come on Saturday because I blah, 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 blah. But I will be on Sunday. Check me out, baby. You know, and thank you for your support. And I want to give a shout out to a few people. If I don't say your name, don't feel no kind of way. Please don't. Please don't. But these people that's like right here at the front of my mind. I like to give a shout out to Lee Howe. I like to give a shout out to Kenneth Powell. I like to give a shout out to Latrice Herring. And I like to give a shout out to Cynthia Haynes in Flint. And I like to give a shout out to Yolanda Yo-Yo Graves. That's my girl Yo-Yo from school. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm giving a shout out to these people because they share my stuff very often. And as a result of them sharing it, I'm starting to see my viewership go up. I'm starting to see more people subscribing to my channel. And I'm starting to get more people, prominent people reaching out to me to get on my show versus me beating down their door for them to come on Motor City Radio. So I just like to say thank y'all. Y'all doing what I want everybody to do. But just the fact that y'all have done it, I just had to take a minute to say thanks to y'all. So today we want to talk about how you can get your evidence together against the people that you have on the list. And for those who don't know what we're talking about parents who's had discouraged relationships with their children. Sometimes it's just a child misbehaving at their home. And other times it's a case where the child is just taking out the parent's life altogether. A lot has to do with you being with somebody, now y'all done broke up, and now y'all trying to raise this child. And in the midst of trying to raise this child, y'all might not be seeing eye to eye. Y'all might not have a good co-parenting relationship. Now you got a parent that's discouraging the relationship, take the child out. So you're trying to figure out why this is going on. Why is this happening? In most cases, it's just the child acting up at your house. That's about as bad as it gets. And then y'all look for a program like mine, Attitude Adjustment, and I come in and fix it. That'd be the worst, you know. And then we try to remedy it. We try to get to a point where y'all not doing that no more. And then all is well. That's the hope. That's the dream. That's in most cases it is. It's cases where the child is taking out, and mainly father's life. You got, for whatever reason, y'all beefed out. She mad at you. You ain't paying child support. You can't see this baby. Before long, you ain't seeing this baby. You don't have a relationship with your... That's in most cases is what I deal with. It's rare that you get a case. Huh? Okay. It's not many cases like mine. It's not. It's not many cases like mine. So with that being said, I know you're working on your wall because you're trying to figure out who has done this, who has discouraged the relationship. You just can't put it on the baby mama or the baby daddy all the time. Sometimes it's other people that's doing these things because you're not your child's only influence and you don't know who influencing your baby. That's why it's good to kind of keep track of where your baby go. You just can't let your baby stay night over everybody's house. Kind of understand where they gonna be and who gonna be around. Like, you gotta do a check. You gotta be diligent when it comes to that, because you don't know what your baby might see when they over other people's house that might cause some type of impact or influence them in a way that might not be what you might have for them. Okay, so you got to get back to your wall. You got your list of suspects. You done eliminated your side of the family because you know they ain't doing nothing like that. They ain't talking about you. They ain't trying to take your baby away. They ain't trying to use that baby against you. So you done crossed all them off the list. You still had that baby on the list because you don't know how much that baby has done. You don't know what part that baby played. That baby going from your house to their house. That baby is the only connection to what's going on. You got to keep the baby on the list until you figure out how much influence was done, how much was instilled, what type of seeds was planted, and how much is that baby acting on their own. So now you got your baby mama and your baby daddy on the list and all they people. So now you're trying to take them off the list. You're trying to eliminate. You're trying to figure out. Because your main goal is to get to the bottom of it. Your main goal is to find out who's doing it. Find out why they doing it. And make them stop. Period. Because it's not conducive to what's going on in your household. You're having problems with the child. Something is not right. Something is not. So obviously somebody is working against you. Because y'all can't be working together. Can't be. So you're back on your wall. You're trying to formulate your questions, your who, what, when, where, and how. You try to fit them with the people that you have on the list. And so now you're looking for your evidence. You're looking for the stuff to hold these people to this list so that you can hold them accountable when the time comes to confront. Because eventually that's what's going to happen. Eventually you're going to have to say something to these people. And you're going to have to try to figure out and get as many questions as you can answer. And I'm not saying you will. You might or you might not. But it's worth a try if you're going through all this. Because we've been at this for 2 years now. And some of y'all still haven't rekindled that relationship back with your baby. Some of y'all still have unresolved issues. Some of y'all still there. And it's been almost 2 years that I've been doing coffee and conversations. So with that being said, you formulate your questions. All the suspects is on the list. Let me see. The one thing you can do is, if you're trying to figure out, let's say for instance it's your baby mama or your baby daddy, you know for a fact they doing it. One thing is, if y'all was in a bad relationship and there was maybe some domestic violence and y'all was fighting and arguing and they always talked about you in front of the kids, chances are if you sharing that baby and that baby over there, they talking about you in front of the kid. That's not gonna change. Like some stuff is not gonna change. Some stuff you can just automatically say, yep, they did it. I know they did it. I know they did that. So put that down for your evidence. You know that it's a good chance that they might be talking bad about you and that baby over there. That's one thing, which is not good. That's an inappropriate conversation to have with a child, talking about their mama or their daddy in their presence. It's not good. It should never happen. You wouldn't want nobody talking about your mama or your daddy. Yeah, I treat people how I want to be treated. Whether they kids, adults, whoever. Yeah, you wouldn't want nobody talking about your mama or your daddy. So it's a good chance they doing that. Some behavior traits in the relationship. If your baby mama or baby daddy was manipulative, well, you best believe they're using those techniques on the baby. And not only are they using those techniques on the baby, but the baby picking up on them. So by the time the baby hit about 15, baby gonna be a master at it. So that's a secret power. Because you can make people do whatever you want them to do. You can maneuver and manipulate a situation. So that's a power. So that can be used for good or bad. So depending on who that parent is, where they learned the techniques from, it's troublesome. So yeah, those two things you can put down. If you know for a fact certain things that they did in the relationship that they might be doing that's contributing to the fact of either the baby acting out when they over your house and disrespecting you and doing little stuff, or them taking the baby out your life completely. So put that down as your evidence. And so now as you go down your list, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I know all I preach about when it comes to taking a child out of a parent's life is abuse and neglect. I tell you, them the only two reasons why you would take a child. It ain't because of child support, because they ain't got no money, because they... Only way you would discourage a relationship and take a child out of a parent's life is abuse and neglect. Them the only two things that I mainly preach to y'all. Well, I'm going to give you another one. And I'm going to talk to moms. Because normally in a relationship, when you guys break up, typically, the child usually go to mom. Mom is usually the primary parent. If y'all have joint custody, y'all probably share that baby. But to be honest with you, mom is going to be the primary caregiver in most cases. Think about it. Go to court. They usually side with mom. Child support. They usually side with mom. I'm not saying none of this is fair, people. But in all actuality, it's just a different bond that a mother has with her child. Dad plays an important role, an important part. But that mother carried that child for 9 months and gave birth. Could have died on the table having this baby. When it comes to moms, it's a whole different ball game. So I'm going to talk to moms right now. Mom, you cannot raise a baby with a father that does not love and respect you. You can't raise a child with anybody that does not love and respect you. So therefore, that can be used as grounds for discouraging a relationship with a child and their father, or whoever you share this child with. It's same as abuse and neglect. Because before long, the damage that can be done to your baby from the poisoning of your child, from the seeds that are being planted by these people who do not love and respect you, will do long-term damage to your baby. And that baby may or may not be fixed. So with that being said, I try not to talk about my personal, but I am going to use, hey boo, I'm going to use my personal as an example this morning. Because when I did my self-reflecting, it was a few things that I did wrong. So therefore, I can put blame on myself as far as why I'm in the situation that I'm in. Yep. I'm going to be honest. Yep. I can say that. I can say that about myself. Okay? So when I tell you that you cannot raise a child with people that do not love and respect you, that means it should be something. It should be an ounce of love somewhere. Even if you have to go back into the relationship and pull out 5 or 6 things that person did that was loving, that was caring, that was nice, that was whatever you can hold on to where it adds up to at least an ounce of love and respect. You can move on from that. You know what I'm saying? You can build with that. You can have a good, healthy co-parenting relationship with that. You can. If it's just an ounce there. If it's just a few things. But when you dealing with somebody that hates you so much to where the only mission that they have in life is to bring you down, you can't very well raise a child with somebody like that. You cannot raise a child with somebody that has that mindset. You just cannot possibly do it together. So at that point, you have to make a choice. At that point, that child has to pick a side. Until y'all can get to a point where there's a mutual understanding and there is that ounce of love and respect there. Other than that, that's a reason to remove a child out of a parent's life. That right there is enough. So back to my situation. If I had known how these people felt about me, if I had known that there was no love or respect there, if I had known, and you hear me stress the fact that I have known, because some of y'all fight all the time. Yeah, this gonna be a long coffee and conversation today. I was gonna make it a 2-parter, but I'm just gonna make it long. You tune in or tune off, your choice. But some of y'all fight all the time. Y'all fight in front of the kids. Y'all don't care. Y'all beefed out. Y'all cussing at each other. Y'all disrespecting each other. Y'all do this. This is what y'all do. That's how y'all are. To be honest with you, I don't condone it, but that's a fair fight. That's a fair fight. Both of y'all know where y'all stand. Both of y'all know y'all probably give y'all kids pep talks before they go over there. Don't tell them nothing about what's going on in this house. They probably saying the same thing. I mean, y'all had your own tactics, but y'all shared that baby. So although that's a dysfunctional co-parenting relationship that's going to affect that baby long term, both of y'all there. Both of y'all in that baby's life. It's a fair fight because y'all both know who coming with it. Y'all coming with it. Y'all fighting us and y'all coming with it. In a situation like mine, I had no clue. So that's why I have to stress to you, meaning that people spoke to me, people were friendly with me, these people were nice on certain levels at certain points. It wasn't no beef. It was never no fighting. It wasn't. It was none. So in my situation, it's rare because if I had known how these people truly felt about me, I would have stopped her from going over there, and it only would have been supervised visits under my terms. So the fact that I dropped her off every weekend in the summers like clockwork, I gave people opportunity. I gave people time. I gave people her to where they were able to use, manipulate, abuse, plant seeds, poison, however and whenever they could against me. So I'm not going to take all of the blame because grown folks know how to act. They should know how to act. They should know what and what not to do. Grown folks should know what to say in front of kids and what. Grown folks know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I didn't think I needed to even be worried about. And let me tell you why. Because in my mind, I'm thinking that it's not hard to think of a few things so that you're able to hold on to a little ounce of love and respect. You know why I thought they would have had love and respect for me? Because I took care of his father. And I know y'all heard me say that, and that's not something that I like to throw up. But before we divorced and separated and all that good stuff, he brought his dad to live with us. And when he moved out, he just left. He didn't make any preservations for his dad. He didn't even call to say he was coming back to get him. Is it okay that he can stay? None of that. And as a result of, I took care of his father for 4 years without any financial help from them after the separation and divorce. So that right there, I thought I was safe. Who would talk against me? Who would say anything bad against me? Why would they? If I did that, why would they? And keep in mind, that was a time where I was financially challenged because I'm going through a divorce. So now I got an extra mouth to feed, an extra baby to feed. Like, yeah, hard times. But I did that. So not only should love have been there, but it should have been an ounce of respect. Should have been there as well. So therefore, if I had known, I would have stopped her from going over there a long time ago. And it would have been supervised visits. That way I would have known what was being said about me and what was being taught. That way I could have had a handle on things. And I kind of could have prevented, in my mind. It might have worked, might have not. But it might have could have prevented my situation. And if that wasn't enough, it was a couple times that the child had repeated some things to let me know that adults could be talking about me in a negative way. And at that time, should have been enough for me to stop her from going over there and only make supervised visits. So when you guys are putting your evidence together and you trying to link it with the people that's on your list, because you're trying to either eliminate them or keep them on the list so that when you get to a point where you are ready to confront people, you want to make sure what you're saying is true and accurate. So make sure you think very hard about the situations, the times when you felt something wasn't right, the times that pay very close attention to the times that the baby say stuff. If the baby say something that ain't right, don't sound right to you, that's a good indication that somebody might be talking. Like for instance, you know the language that children use. You know the language that adults use. You hear some kids talking and it sounds like they talking like adults. You got to start investigating to find out who's talking around your baby. Who's having adult conversations in front of your baby when who's talking to you. Yeah, something that simple. These are little techniques I give my parents when they come to the meeting. Yeah. So y'all, that's it for Coffee and Conversation. I know it was kind of long. I'm going to look at this video and see if it's anything that I missed or anything I have to recap. If so, I'll come back on tomorrow and do a part 2. So other than that, it was a lot of lessons in this today. Y'all juniors, I was all around the world with y'all, but hopefully y'all pulled a couple points out. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. It's your girl. I'm out.